Hello, everybody. My name is Edgar Alvarez. I'm currently a San Jose State University student, majoring in kin. I'm a kin major, and I'm mainly focusing on rehab science. Hoping to go to PT school pretty soon and just become a physical therapist. And yeah, so purpose of these videos that I'll be making is to talk about the benefits that come from physical activity or just physical movement in general. And this is a topic I've been wanting to do just because I know since the shelter in place has been happening. A lot of people aren't as active as they used to be just because people are afraid to go outside or their gyms are closed. So a lot of people aren't as active as they used to be. So I just wanted to make a few videos just highlighting the importance of being physically active. So before we start talking about the benefits of physical activity, I want to start talking about some of the lack of physical activity that there is in the United States. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, 3 in 4 adults in the United States aren't physically active, which is not a good thing. Just because there's a lot of things that come from being inactive, and then also 4 in 5 students don't get enough physical activity. And this is something I can relate to, just because I know a lot of like students have trouble trying to balance their life with like school, their social life, work, and at the same time trying to like stay in shape or just trying to work out. Could be pretty hard for a college student. And something as easy as just being physically active has actually cost the U.S. population around the healthcare system around $117 billion from people not being physically active because of the many health risks that can come from not being physically active. And also, since the power machinery has been introduced, the estimated number of daily steps has actually decreased by 50 to 70%, which makes sense because a lot of people now aren't usually work at a desk or at an office and aren't moving around as much as before. But this can actually be a really bad thing just because the increased health risks that come from not being physically active, such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancers, and such as bladder, breast, colon, and kidney. And it also increases the risk for someone becoming obese or gaining weight. So with that in mind, I want to start talking about some of the benefits that come from being physically active. Some of the main points I'll be discussing is weight management and loss that can come from physical activity, the mental health benefits that can come, and how it can actually improve quality of life for some people. So first, I just want to start talking about how being physically active can actually help weight management or just weight loss. So first, I just want to start talk about how obesity, what it is. So it's pretty much just due to caloric surplus. So it pretty much just means somebody's eating more calories than they're actually burning, which causes them to gain weight. And more than 2/3 of the United States population were reported as being overweight, which is not a good thing just because of the many health risks that could come from it. And yeah, so just being physically active, there was a few studies that found that physical activity actually prevents weight gain due to the increased energy expenditure, which just means they're just burning more calories. They're able to maintain more lean body mass, and it also increases metabolism. And so yeah, just being physically active just pretty much means you can burn more calories. And the more calories you burn, the less likely you're to gain weight. Even though physical activity is actually a good thing, can actually like help you lose weight, it's way more effective when it's combined with food management. So it's pretty much you're on top of like what you're eating. You know how much calories you're eating, what type of foods you're eating, and yeah, that was found to be the best way to lose weight by combining physical activity and food management. The next thing that can come from that can help people, or like the benefits that come from physical activity, is mental health benefits. So exercise was actually found to improve learning and memory. It also improves quality of sleep, which there was a study found that greater volumes of physical activity has actually been associated with reduced sleep latency, which just means a person is able to fall asleep much faster. They spend a longer time sleep, and they have a better quality of sleep. Um, and then physical activity has actually shown that it helps lower the risk of developing cognitive impairments and having a higher cognitive ability score. So they're a little bit more smarter. Their cognitive scores are much better. And also, it can help. It counteracts the mental decline associated with old age, such as Alzheimer's disease and dementia. And physical activity can also help deal with exposure to different types of psychological stress, which is something I can relate to just because I know like when I would work out and like I'd be stressed out either from school, work, or just life, I know working out or just exercising would actually help me quite a lot deal with those like stresses in my life. It also helps reduce anxiety symptoms for short-term and long-term feeling. And physical activity was actually shown to actually help reduce risks of depression. All right, the next benefits I want to talk about from physical activity is it lowers the reduction in health risks, such as it lowers the risk of coronary heart disease, such as heart attacks, and then higher rates of physical activity actually lowers the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, which is due to physical activity actually helping people control their blood sugar, blood pressure, and helps them raise good cholesterol and lower their bad cholesterol. And it also lowers the risk of many types of cancer, such as bladder, breast, colon, uterus, esophagus, kidney, and lungs, just to name a few. All right, and then also, physical activity actually improves quality of life for most people, and improves the physical function of individuals of all ages, and especially for like older adults. It helps reduce the risks of them falling. So it actually helps them, uh, allows older people to live independently without assistance from just being physically active. And then younger and older age people can also benefit from it because it can help them with their daily tasks, such as walking up the stairs, picking up things, or just walking in general. Because I know some people, when they aren't as physically active, it can be a struggle just to go up some stairs or trying to carry some grocery bags. And then it also helps people with osteoarthritis or other conditions that affect the joints. And it also helps like with the social aspect of physical activity. So I know like a lot of people, once they start working out or like exercising, their social life actually like improves just because they meet a lot more people. And like I know like when I started working out, I met quite a few more friends just because like from going to the gym daily, you start meeting more people, getting to know more people. So now that we've talked about the benefits, I want to talk about like the recommended daily amount of exercise that people should be getting, and this is according to the CDC. So for preschool age children, they should be physically active throughout the day. So they should be having a lot of physical activity just because they're young. And then, so children from the age of 6 to 17 should have at least 60 hours or more of daily physical activity. And this is pretty much just like not as hard, I guess, for like younger people just because they have more time. They don't have to worry about school or work as much. So yeah, this should just be quite easy. I know as like you get older, it gets a little harder to work out just because of like work and school and all that. But the CDC recommends for adults from the ages of 18 to 64 at least 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity, such as walking, and at least 2 days of strength activity. So like like push-ups or going to the gym or just like anything that I don't say it's like strengthen yourself. And then for older adults, it's the same thing. It should be 150 minutes a week. Yeah, and then if you think about that, it's just like 30 minutes a day for 5 days. It shouldn't be too hard, and then you can always just switch it up from walking, or you can even divide it up like an hour, or like an hour for like 3 days, and you still have more than you need. And these are just the type of exercises that are, like some examples that you can do. Some individual like can include like with no equipment, such as walking, running, yoga, body weight exercises such as like you can do push-ups, sit-ups, planks, and then Zumba. I know it's a good way too, just dancing, and then high intensity interval training, which is something I'll talk about in a later video. And also I have like some individual types of exercise you can do with equipment, such as powerlifting, which includes like benching, squatting, deadlifting, weight training, so like the dumbbells, machines, so more bodybuilding type of stuff. Swimming, if you have like a swimming pool, you can do that too. Tennis and bowling are like good types of exercises to do too. And then if you like more of like a social environment for like exercising, you can do like soccer, basketball, volleyball, flag football, honestly any team sports just to be around people, get to know people. So there's a lot of things you can do, like types of exercise you can do, and just to stay active. Honestly, you can just go for a walk your dog. It should be fine. All right, and then so this is just one of my first. This is the first video I'll be talking about physical activity. I have future videos planned out right now. My next video is going to be talk about the importance of warming up and stretching. I just want to talk about like the difference between dynamic stretching, static stretching, and how long and then pretty much just like the importance of warm ups and like cool downs, just a little bit of that. And also I'll be talking about strength training and then how it's beneficial for some people. And then for that video, I'll be talking about like I'll be breaking down how like properly squat, deadlift, and bench. And then for the last video I'll be talking about is high intensity interval training. So HIIT in like for short. And I'll be talking about some of the benefits that come from doing this type of training. And then I'll be providing a sample workout for this type of workout. And yeah, so and then also for like all the information that I use on this video, I'll link it into the bio. And yeah, so if you guys want to take a read of those, a lot of them are very interesting articles. And yeah, hope everyone has a good day.